Put down your pitchforks, extinguish your torches. A key pillar for our full suite of future guilds features are in the works. Guilds are a pretty...
Like that's ever gonna happen.
It's that time of the year again. The roadmap of 2024 has finally released. I guess they didn't want to keep it as late as May or fucking July, so they actually stepped on the gas and released it in March. Just a little late, but you know, it's more than acceptable. So let's check out what it's got to say. In terms of recap, it showcases that most of the things the devs were aiming for were actually achieved. There's no main menu redesign, but honestly, who really cares? There's no replays either, which is a bit unlucky. And they also mentioned that Rift got rebalanced, which it certainly did. Let's leave it at that. In the coming soon section we got Backstage Pass editions, which is essentially just the same shit as always. 6 new variants and the same rewards as usual. Unless they actually change a couple of things. Hopefully for the better, otherwise what's the fucking point? Strict Pity is actually a pretty good one. It essentially removes the pain in the ass factor by actually letting you start from where you're lost for free. That's really good for the sake of moving shit along. And they also reduce the total Theonite cost. So needless to say, you lost at like Streak 500, you could pretty much just pay very little for it, if nothing at all. It will further streamline prize fights, so much appreciated. What's rather not appreciated, or at least it comes across as a red flag, would be our collectibles. Now, I'm not sure exactly what they mean with stats bonuses, but that doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, because we just don't know how it's gonna affect the game. And keep in mind this is coming soon, so for all we know we might see it on the next patch. Yeah, a bit concerning, but depending on how they handle it, it might be a good addition? Question mark. Needless to say, they did notice how dogshit the avatars did, so they had to resort to this thing. As for variance tuning, it's just the usual alleged buffs for variants. I don't know, buff idle threat. That would be hilarious. The in development section definitely caught the most attention for one thing in particular, guest stars. To put it simply, it's essentially assist trophies from Smash, or that one companion thing from Mortal Kombat. I haven't played that game, I'm not really sure. Well, it would be hilarious if they were given such a treatment. But yeah, they're essentially assists in combat, and it can help reduce the time development for some of these. Or at least get them out early enough. Mechanically, I'm not sure how it's gonna work, but they definitely make sure to state it's gonna be for mobile only. So get fucked, second Encore players. The main menu redesign makes another operation. So it's gonna be like Guilds 2, except there's no interest for this one. Replays also make a comeback, which it's just replays. It doesn't have much of a secret. It's fine if they actually put it in, otherwise no big deal. And guilds are mentioned once again. Look, I'm not gonna risk it with a snide comment of, it ain't coming this year, so they can gotcha my ass. But if it actually comes this year, I will say, it took you fucking long enough. God fucking damn, dude, it's been like, what, 6 years? Finally, buff and debuff references outside of combat it's a nice convenience, and that's really it. Lastly, things in concept, we have origin stories, and by this point they might as well be relics in a mail. These things always get cleared within a day or two, and me personally, I can live without extra lore. Like, I stopped giving a shit whether Eliza killed a bunch of people or not.
We?
Another segment for addition and guilds, and like, bitch, release guilds first to actually have extras. Kind of a pointless addition to the roadmap if the main addition isn't released. In terms of more game modes, it depends on execution. It may end in the same pitfall as Parallel Realms, where it just becomes another daily essentially. Lastly, character kit upgrades. Not really much to complain there, it would actually be pretty good. It would actually be sick if Ben finally gets buffed. There's also a bunch of second Encore things that I just really don't care. As for live events, well, they don't mention me in that shit, so you know it's pretty much garbage. So in conclusion, roadmap 2024, I don't know, I wouldn't understand the hype of some people. I guess some of us are just a little burnt out. It kinda shows if one constantly plays Rift battles, it's bound to happen. But otherwise, most of the additions are a little on the whatever side. Guest Star seems cool, I'll give it that. And it's a bit more interesting than just releasing new characters straight up. As for guilds, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, it may finally come out this year. Just because they're pissed off enough, they actually want to release that thing. So yeah, in other news, I just beat every single one of No Connections records in Ultra Kill. So yeah, you gotta admit that's much more awesome than this fucking roadmap.